And I learned a lot. I even go back and look at, so we still have our notes from college, you know, and at the top of, you know, I'm learning about Moses and the Pentateuch, and there's a little note, "You're cute," written on the top, you know. That was my college experience right there. And yet it has bothered me lately, this thing that's a great blessing. It is a place of accomplishment, but it feels to me less than what it should have been. It bothers me. And it has bothered me off and on, and every time one of my kids graduates with a BA, it bothers me more. Isn't that just strange? And it's not like I'm not accomplishing something in my life. It's not like I'm bumping up against doors of opportunity that are being closed in my face because I haven't finished this. It's just this internal struggle I'm having about it. I'm being really honest with you here. People know me as a lot of things. Studious probably still isn't one of them. And yet I just feel like I wanted so much for my kids to finish college. Why didn't I want that for myself? This thing that is a blessing, it bugs me. How many things in your life are that way? It's a blessing. It was an accomplishment. I still just felt like there's something more. And you know, it's bugging me so bad, I may finally get up and do something about it. I don't know. My husband keeps saying, "What is it you can do that you can't do now?" I said, "Hang it on the wall." That would be an expensive piece of paper just to make me happy. I don't know. You could pray for me about it. But I just want to show you that there are things like this in your life too that should be nothing but a great place of blessing, but they just get under your skin. You know what I'm talking about. And the enemy just uses it to tell you you're less than what you ought to be. And I know that there's this balance between letting the Lord speak to you and push you to be more, but there's this other voice that speaks to you, you're less than who you are. And that's not the voice of God. And I want you to see that even as your pastor's wife, as a leader, I struggle with hearing those same voices and trying to get my feet underneath me and do the right thing. I'll let you know, chapter 2, how this pans out. I'm praying about this. So then I have this. Okay, we had such a laugh about this in my office today. I wish I would have had this on video. Priceless moment for me. I have this blanket out there, and I said, Renee Hipp was in my office and Kathy McElhaney, and they said, "Oh, that's so beautiful. Some grandmother must have made that." And I said, "I made that." And they did not believe me. I said, "What does that say about how you see me, that you don't think I could?" I really made this. I made this blanket. I crochet. And they look at me and they think, for whatever reason, this face and who you know me to be, it does not equate with little grandma sitting in a chair crocheting. But that's not really why I brought it, but that's just a little funny side note. Some of you, and I made this is a baby blanket, and some of you have nothing but just treasures in your heart when you think about babies and family, and I know that my life has been blessed. I just wanted to have a family so bad. My whole life I just loved babies. And even when I was pregnant with my first child, Josh, you know, I was just this little preschool teacher, and I just loved kids. And so I would read to him when I was pregnant. I just thought I was such a wonderful mother. And I would read to him, you know, and I was just sure that he was going to be the most brilliant Einstein in the world because I read to him in utero. You know, this was our moment. And I do think he's absolutely brilliant, by the way. But anyway, but for some of you, something like this would represent a place of disappointment. Maybe you've never had a baby. Maybe you had a baby and that baby has been a heavy burden. Maybe you lost a baby. Or maybe you thought you should have had a dozen and you only had 3. You know, whatever it may be. Sometimes it can be a place of disappointment. This thing that was intended to be a great blessing. And so what do you do with it? What do you do with those disappointments? A lot of times we just keep putting them in our bag. And we just keep stacking them up. And we have beautiful bags that we carry them in. We have a plethora of bags that we carry them in. Okay, so my next thing I have here, this is my veil. Had to pull it out of a box. I threw it in the dryer. It looks a little better than when I first pulled it out of the box. And this is a great treasure. My husband is a great treasure to me, a great gift. And yet I come from a family that this treasure was broken in, a marriage, a family. And some of you just thank God that you are married and you have a wonderful husband and he's just a great gift to you. Some of you are married and you wake up every day and you think, what in the world was I thinking? Some of you are no longer married. Maybe you lost your spouse through divorce, or you are a widow. Or maybe some of you are still waiting for that very special, perfect, wonderful man that God has out there for you. And it can be one of the most wonderful, wonderful places of blessing. And it can also be a place that's just a big hole in your heart. And you wonder, God, where is the answer? Where is your expression back towards me in the area of marriage? And it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. I would say probably 50% of you in this room have pain the minute you see this. It can be a disappointing place. And you know, every marriage has bad days. Don't kid yourself. Just ask my kids. They live in my house. Every marriage has a bad day. But you know what? God is merciful, and he redeems all things. And we continue on with my bag here. Now, one of the things I really need is I need a bag intervention. Just being really honest with you. I have a problem. Every time I get something in the mail from Macy's or Nordstrom's and it says free gift, it's like personalized. Dear Cheryl, today, for you only, we have a free gift. And I just pretend that I don't even see the words with purchase. I just pretend that part is not on there. It's about the free gift. It's about needing more Estee Lauder lipstick. I have quite a collection of that as well. They're only about this much used, but I can't throw them away. Do you have that problem? I just think that color may come in. I may have a shirt someday. I need that color to match, and I just keep collecting them. They're probably hard as rock. I don't even look at them. I just keep putting them in the drawer. But I thought and I have recently purged my free gift bag collection, but I thought when I pulled them out today, I said, this is, don't ask me for any of those because I still really like these. But I want you to see my collection. This would be the free gift with purchase Jean Juarez one that I got this last Christmas, that I bought myself and put under the tree. To Cheryl, love Cheryl. Think you're wonderful. This is a recent, look, this one has not even been used, but it will be. This little rose, Paris, something, I don't know. Felt like I needed to have it. This would be its sister neon version of the same print. See, there's the Eiffel Tower, the lipstick, and this one actually has my makeup in it. So this one is in use right now. This one I really liked. Look at these cute little Eiffel Tower zippers. Is this free gift with purchase? I really like this one. Oh, would you look at that?